Hello and welcome to my pitch. My project will be called Controlling Through Scrolling. It is about the effects of social media on young girls and the damage it can do. I'll be focusing on many social media platforms, especially my research such as Facebook and Snapchat, but I'll mainly be focusing on Instagram as one of the biggest issues in social media and how it affects women. I'll be creating a 2-minute animation with futuristic imagery, AI walking down the street, robotic people, abstract buildings, and weird different ways of transportation. And I'll be using Meet the Robinsons, a very good film, as one of my inspirations, reference in my research for this. Right now, young girls go on their phone and on social media and feel bad about themselves from seeing models online. And we compare ourselves to that. Maybe not everyone, but a very high percentage of young girls and women always compare themselves on social media. And in the future, the rate that technology is going and progressing, you could have these robotic women, these AI walking in the streets with the public. And that will make girls feel even worse about their appearance and how they look and how they feel about themselves. Because there's no escape. There would be no escape from your feelings then. You couldn't just put your phone down if you saw a post you didn't agree with. You couldn't put your phone down if you felt insecure about what you looked like. Because if you put your phone down, you're then already walking in the street with these women that were designed to look perfect. They are designed to a beauty standard, and they'd be walking down the street with you. There'd be no escape. So my animation will be designed on Photoshop and After Effects, and it'd be a cartoon style with gloomy, like different shades of grey, navy blue colours, and it'll be following one girl through her day-to-day life, and it will start 2021 with her, walking down the street with her eyes glued on her phone like most of us are, scrolling through Instagram, a social platform like that anyway, with an image of these sponsored by Instagram, these influencers, these models, and there'll be angles where it will show the whole room and we just see her on her phone scrolling through the app, and all these emotions will be displayed above her head, and it will show how she's feeling, whether she's anxious or feeling depressed, or she's got a body image issue or an eating disorder. And all of these feelings that are coming from her seeing these other women online. And it's not empowering pictures, it's all these influencers with plastic surgery that have all of these things done to them to make it look like this is now the beauty standard. And it will show her going through her day-to-day life, how she feels with that on her phone. And then it will skip to the future, and I'll be walking down the street with these this AI technology, these women artificially made to look how society wants a woman to look. And it will just decrease her mental health even more. From what she's gone through as a young girl to now as a woman, nothing has changed. It has got worse. And she has to deal with seeing these gorgeous models, these AI robots walking down the street in person and not just on her phone. And she has no control over what she sees. She can't just lock her phone and not deal with her emotions and leave it alone now. As soon as she does that, she just has to see it in person. And she can't escape from how she feels inadequate and not enough. The end scene will be her in bed. She's so depressed from what she's gone through. And because it is an age restricted, it's a age 12 animation. There'll be no violent graphics or anything. When she dies, it will go from her sitting in a bed and looking at a bottle of pills, and then skip to a hand dropping on the floor, open on the social media page, a lookalike of Instagram, and it will be the first image she saw on the application as a young girl that started her insecurities. So it will be a loop back to the start of the animation to show how it will just be a loop of girls feeling like this if we do nothing. I've chosen this idea because it is a massive issue. I know many people in my life, even myself, that has gone through all of this, and it's been getting worse as we've been getting a bit older. It's built up from when we were young, about 14, 13, and girls today. Now you look on Instagram and you see all of these models and all these influencers everywhere, on TikTok, anywhere, and they're meant to be perfect. They look incredible, and you just think, how can I look like that? Like, oh, look at me. I know a lot of people do. That's why I want to create a piece of art that can be used as a message to share online and get people thinking that it's not okay. We know it's not okay, but we don't do anything about it. And creating an infographic or creating an awareness post, I don't feel would hook people as much. It wouldn't hook me as much as if I watched a short story or an animation on this topic. I compare myself day to day. I couldn't get away from comparing myself to other people and all these gorgeous girls that you see online. I couldn't do it. My mental health started decreasing. I felt I wasn't good enough. I wouldn't accept compliments anymore. And that got me to the point where I unfollowed all of them. I unfollowed all of it just so I wouldn't have to see it anymore. But then there would be photos of celebrities that would come up through cookies or whatever, and they know what shows I watch. It'd all come up. I'd see that. I'd then freak out again. And I couldn't get away with it without removing Instagram. But our generation is a generation where we are scared of missing out. So ultimately we install the app again, continue using the app, and not helping these issues, and just seeing all of these posts again. It makes you feel bad, and it's a massive loop of not wanting to miss out. But when you have the app, it just makes you feel so much worse. And girls grow up thinking that the typical beauty standard is people from Geordie Shore with all their plastic surgery, or the Kardashians and that whole thing, where you just feel like you're not good enough. I just want to make an animation to spread this idea of that's not realistic. It isn't. And we shouldn't be looking up to influencers who have had all this plastic surgery done to feel good about ourselves. I did some research into this the first week that we got given this project, and I wanted to make a survey to show that what I'm feeling isn't just me, and it's not just me thinking social media is terrible, because that is one of my thoughts. But I wanted to make a survey and send it to young women and girls like ages 14 to 18 years old, and I used SurveyMonkey to do it. I expected these results, but they were still very shocking. It's not just my perspective. It does deeply impact young women and girls. So I did 10 questions, and these 2 questions were: have you ever felt you were below today's beauty standards because of posts or advertisements on Instagram or any other social media platform? I had 39 responses on that, and not one woman, not one girl said no, never. And that did shock me. 17 people said yes all of the time. All of the time that they go on Instagram, they feel like they are below today's beauty standards because of posts or advertisements that Instagram have put up themselves. And that is not okay. I was very shocked by these results. And there's another one that said, have you ever felt body shamed by certain images on Instagram? 4 people said no, never. Everybody else was once or twice, most of the time, or yes, all of the time. And that is out of 40 young women. It shocks me every single time. And it is very upsetting, which is why I would like to make my animation based on this. And I hope you have liked my pitch. I hope you like my idea and are excited to see the animation and all my research that comes with it. And yes, so that is it. Thank you very much for listening, and have a nice day.